What if you bought your daughter an antique doll, and every night it whispered the names of children who came before her? I found the doll at a secondhand shop on Chapel Street in Melbourne. Victorian-era, probably. Porcelain face, delicate lace dress, auburn curls. The shop owner seemed eager to get rid of it. Been here for months. No one wants her. Something about those glass eyes drew me in. They seemed almost lonely. I bought it for my daughter Lily's 6th birthday. She loved antique things. The moment I brought it home, Lily was obsessed. Named her Charlotte. She carried Charlotte everywhere. "Charlotte tells me secrets, Mummy," Lily whispered that first night. At first, the secrets were innocent. Charlotte liked tea parties. Charlotte was from England. Lily would have full conversations with the doll, pausing as if listening to responses. My husband Mark laughed it off. Kids have wild imaginations, but something unsettled me. Week 2, Lily started knowing things she shouldn't. "Charlotte says Grandpa Joe is sick," she announced at breakfast. An hour later, my father called. He'd just been diagnosed with pneumonia. "Charlotte knows everything," Lily said matter-of-factly. "She's very old." I started paying closer attention to Lily's conversations with Charlotte. "Mummy, did you have a sister who died when you were little?" I'd never told her about Sarah. She died in infancy before Lily was born. That night, I heard Lily talking in her room at 2 a.m. But it wasn't her usual playful chatter. Her voice sounded different, older, like she was discussing serious adult matters. I could only make out whispers. The next morning, Lily looked exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes. "Charlotte kept me up," she said. "What did you talk about?" I asked. "Grown-up things? About people who aren't here anymore?" I decided to investigate the doll's history, back to the Chapel Street shop. The owner's expression darkened. That doll belonged to Margaret Rousseau. Died in 1953, violent death. He pulled out a dusty newspaper clipping. Margaret Rousseau, age 7, found dead in her bedroom. The doll was clutched in her arms. Family said she'd been acting strange for weeks. Talking like an adult, knowing things. That doll's been through 6 families since. What happened to the other families? His face went pale. Deaths. Always a child first, then others. I rushed home, heart pounding. I had to get that doll away from Lily. But when I arrived, Lily was sitting calmly at the kitchen table with Charlotte. "Mummy," Lily said without looking up, "Charlotte says you went to see Mr. O'Brien." Mr. O'Brien, that was the shop owner's name. I'd never mentioned it. "She says you're scared now, but you shouldn't be. She likes our family." Charlotte's glass eyes seemed to gleam in the afternoon light. That night, I tried to take the doll while Lily slept. The moment I touched Charlotte, Lily's eyes snapped open. "You can't take her, Mummy. She doesn't want to go." Lily's voice was different, deeper, with a slight accent I couldn't place. "Charlotte needs me," Lily continued in that strange voice. Like she needed Margaret and Sarah before her, and little Anne before Sarah. "We're all here now, Mummy." I stumbled backward. "Lily, you're scaring me. I'm not Lily anymore." I called Mark at work, hysterical. "Something's wrong with Lily. It's the doll. Love, slow down. Kids go through phases." Behind me, I heard Lily's voice. "Daddy's coming home now." "But he won't believe you." Mark arrived an hour later. Lily was back to normal, playing quietly with Charlotte. "See," Mark said. "She's fine. Maybe you need some rest." But when Mark wasn't looking, Lily smiled at me. It wasn't her smile. It was cold. Ancient, knowing. Week 3. I started finding old photographs around the house. Pictures I'd never seen before. Little girls from different eras, all holding Charlotte. Victorian girls, 1920s girls, 1950s girls, all with the same vacant, knowing expression. At the bottom of each photo, Charlotte's friend. I confronted Lily directly. "Who are you really?" When she spoke, her voice was layered. Multiple voices, different accents. We are Charlotte's friends. We keep her company. All the little girls who came before were never lonely now. I tried to bring a doll while Lily was at school. The matches wouldn't light, the lighter wouldn't work. Even the gas stove refused to ignite. Charlotte sat on the table, those glass eyes mocking me. When Lily came home, she shook her head sadly. "You can't hurt Charlotte, Mummy." That night, I found Mark standing over Lily's bed at 3 this light at 3 a.m. "She's been talking to me," he whispered, the doll, telling me things about my mother, about how she really died, things only my mother would know. Mark's eyes were glassy, distant. "Charlotte says my mother is lonely. She wants me to bring her someone to play with. Someone young." I realized with horror what was happening. Charlotte wasn't just collecting children. She was collecting entire families, parents, grandparents, anyone who got close. All of them becoming part of her collection of friends. I had to get Lily out of the house. I packed our bags while Mark was at work. But when I went to get Lily, she was gone. Just Charlotte sitting on her bed. "Looking for someone?" came a voice behind me. I turned. Lily stood in the doorway, but her posture was wrong. Too straight, too adult. "Charlotte says you're trying to break up our family." Lily's voice echoed with dozens of others. "But families should stay together forever and ever." I heard footsteps downstairs. Mark was home early. "Daddy's here," Lily said with that terrible smile. "Charlotte has been talking to him all day." I ran downstairs. Mark was standing in the lounge room, perfectly still. His eyes were vacant, staring at nothing. He didn't respond when I called his name. "He's with Charlotte now," Lily said from behind me. "Like I am, like you're going to be." I felt something change in my mind. A presence pushing against my thoughts. Whispers in languages I didn't understand. Images of all the families before us. All of them standing together in that same vacant pose. All of Charlotte's friends. "Don't fight it, Mummy. It's nicer here. We're never alone." I'm writing this as fast as I can, while I still can. I can feel her in my head now. Charlotte, she's old. So incredibly old. She's been collecting families for centuries, and now she wants to keep us forever. The pen is getting harder to hold. I can hear all of them now. Margaret from 1953, Sarah from the 1920s, Anne from 1887. They're all here, in my mind, welcoming me to Charlotte's family. Lily is standing next to me now, smiling that empty smile. "Write the rest, Mummy," she says in that layered voice. "Tell them how happy we are." But I won't. I can't. If anyone finds this, don't buy antique dolls in Melbourne. Don't trust those glass eyes, and if you already have, I can't fight her anymore. I can feel myself slipping away, joining the others. Mark is smiling now too. We're all going to be Charlotte's friends, forever and ever and ever, and note found beside the Rousseau family, who were discovered sitting in their lounge room, holding hands around an antique doll. All 3 had been dead for weeks, but were found smiling. If this story gave you chills, you found your new obsession. Welcome to the Dread Chamber, where Nightmare Fuel drops every Thursday and Saturday. Subscribe to the Dread Chamber before Charlotte finds her next friend.